Let's be honest, you've experienced it before. You text her, maybe call her, and even rearrange parts of your life to make time for her, only to be met with silence. That empty feeling when there's no reply can hit hard. That weight in your chest when you realize she might be ignoring you, it's painful. But here's something most men never truly understand. When a woman pulls away, it usually isn't about you not being enough in the way you imagine. Often, it's about her emotions, her internal process, and the subtle psychology behind her behavior. When a woman begins to ignore you, her mind can be doing a lot more than you think. She may be observing, reflecting, and trying to understand who you really are. Without saying it out loud, she's noticing whether you remain grounded or whether you fall apart under pressure. And many men fail this silent moment without even realizing it exists. They panic. They send too many messages. They try to force attention. Unfortunately, that kind of reaction often signals desperation, and desperation tends to push people further away. Here's an important shift in perspective. Her silence doesn't always equal rejection. Sometimes it becomes a mirror that reflects how you respond, how much control you have over your emotions, and how you view your own worth. The mistake many men make is assuming silence means they've done something wrong or that her interest has disappeared completely. That belief can trigger emotional reactions that others can sense even from a distance. When someone appears anxious, overly eager, or desperate for validation, it changes the energy of the interaction. Men who handle situations better usually approach them differently. Instead of reacting impulsively, they stay calm and maintain perspective. They understand that someone's silence might simply create space. It allows both people to see whether there's independence, balance, and emotional maturity present. When you respond with patience and self-control, you communicate stability. That stability often speaks louder than any message you could send. This doesn't mean playing games or pretending not to care. It means focusing on your own life and maintaining a healthy sense of self. When someone pulls back, it can be an opportunity to reflect and recalibrate rather than chase or plead for attention. True confidence shows when you continue living your life, pursuing your goals, and maintaining your composure regardless of someone else's behavior. The deeper point is this: your value isn't defined by how quickly someone responds to your messages. Your value comes from the life you build, the purpose you pursue, and the energy you bring into the world. When you stay grounded, you create a different kind of presence, one built on independence and self-respect. Silence can also reflect uncertainty on the other person's side. Sometimes, people step back because they're processing their own feelings or trying to understand the connection. When you respond with emotional balance rather than panic, it creates a healthier dynamic. You demonstrate that you have a life beyond the interaction and that you're not dependent on constant reassurance. Many people underestimate the influence of absence. When communication slows down, it naturally creates space for reflection. But that space only works positively if you're using it to grow rather than waiting anxiously. If your life continues moving forward, building friendships, developing passions, working on your goals, that momentum becomes noticeable over time. The key is emotional stability. When someone senses that you remain calm and self-assured even during uncertain moments, it changes how they perceive you. Stability, independence, and purpose are qualities that attract respect. They show that your identity doesn't revolve around a single interaction. Communication still matters, but it should come from intention rather than urgency. When you do reach out, keep it genuine, light, and confident. There's no need to over-explain or chase validation. Simple, thoughtful communication often carries more impact than constant messaging. Another important element is having a fulfilling life outside of any relationship. When your days are filled with growth, experiences, friendships, and ambitions, you naturally become more interesting and balanced as a person. That kind of life signals that your time and attention are valuable. Attraction, connection, and interests rarely work like a straight line. They're influenced by emotions, timing, and personal circumstances. When someone pulls back, the most powerful response isn't trying to force them back, it's becoming the kind of person who continues thriving, regardless of the situation. Focus on strengthening yourself. Build your confidence through real actions. Invest in your health, your career, your passions, and the people who support you. Growth doesn't just improve your life, it also changes the way others perceive you. When you respond to uncertainty with calm confidence rather than fear, the entire dynamic shifts. You stop feeling controlled by someone else's behavior and start focusing on what you can actually control. your mindset, your choices, and your direction in life. In the end, the real lesson isn't about decoding someone else's silence. It's about mastering your own reactions. When you develop emotional discipline and continue living with purpose, you create a presence that others naturally notice. Think about the last time someone ignored you. How did you respond? Did you react impulsively, or did you stay grounded? The next time you face that situation, what will you do differently to maintain your confidence and self-respect? Reflect on that. Growth often begins with honest awareness.